Well, hello there, Virgo. Welcome to Tropical Tarot. My name's Chris. I'm going to be doing your reading today. If you're new, welcome in. Thank you so much for giving me a shot. If you're a returning Tropical Tarot person, welcome back. I really appreciate you guys. All the likes, comments, and subscribes are fantastic. I just love that you guys give me the ability to do what I love. So thank you. This is going to be a reading for June week 4. That's the 20th through the 26th. We're going to focus on your past, your present, and your future energy and see what's going on for you guys. I got a special spot in my heart for Virgos because I'm a Virgo sun and Virgo rising. So double Virgo here, giving you your Virgo reading. So we're ready to go. For the Oracle card, in the past, you have cleaned it up. Your current situation is a never-ending story, and to the sea is in your future. So we'll see what's up for you. In the past, you had the Fool, Page of Swords, Knight of Cups. Current situation is Death, Nine of Wands, Two of Cups. In the future, you have the Sun, the Three of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. Overall energy for the reading is the Eight of Pentacles. So you're just putting your time and energy into a project. You're just kind of putting your nose to the grindstone and getting stuff done, which is very Virgo. I've been going over this card specifically right here. So when I say that the overall energy for the reading is the Eight of Pentacles, it means that that's like the synopsis of the reading on the table. So just wanted to clarify that because I don't think I've ever said it. So Virgo, in the past, you were ready for something new. You have the Fool here. The Fool is card 0. So Magician is card number 1. That's like your first step. This is thinking about taking a first step. This is like, I don't care where I go, but I'm going to go into wherever. I call this my Stevie Nicks card. I just feel like this is Stevie Nicks. Like, just, I'll go wherever. So, beyond the Fool. So you're ready to take a new journey. This was sometime before the 20th. You had the Page of Swords come in. That's a little bit of communication. And it's probably about love because you have the Page of Swords and then the Knight of Cups. So I want to know about this Page of Swords in the past. Let me know about this Page of Swords. Tell me about the Page of Swords, please. All right, so for Page of Swords in the past, tell me about this. This is Temperance, Six of Pentacles, Page of Swords. Page of Swords is here twice. You could have had communication about balancing a situation, about balancing the give and take. If one person gave more than the other person, then this Page of Swords was coming in to say, you know, hey, we need to balance this out. We need to have more equal give and take. And then that Page of Swords is there again. So it's very much, if this is a person you're dealing with, I'm trying to keep my readings very general because I realize they got very love. But I'm going to try to give every reading as open and general as I can. So in the past, sometime before the 20th, you were ready to start a new journey. Page of Swords is, sometimes it's a person. It's rare that it's a person, but you might have been dealing with an air sign that was really, really immature. If the Knights are like the teenagers of the deck, Pages are like 7th grade, right? And here's some communication about 7th grade. Here's the way I view things in the 7th grade kind of thing. Not taking you back to 7th grade, but when you dealt with this person in the past, they were just very immature. And you were trying to balance the give and take of this. And then Knight of Cups comes in, which is some kind of offer. So, you know, you could have had a job situation where you were like, okay, I'm going to go in, I'm going to do this, whatever it is, I'm going to get it done. Magician's on the bottom too. So definitely first steps in something. So, you know, maybe you decided to take a new career. Maybe once you did, you realized some things needed to be balanced in it. And then you finally made an offer towards that new direction. Or, like I said, if it's a love situation, you were ready to start something new, and then balance came in here. Balance of yourself, I feel like, or communication about balance. Knight of Cups is the next card on the table. It's in the past as well. Knight of Cups is, like I said, sometimes it's a love offer. Sometimes it's just an offer to, hey, why don't you come work with us? Or why don't you be a part of our acquisition team? Something like that. So Knight of Cups, we're going to clarify that. 8 of Swords, Hanged Man, 3 of Wands. So I feel like when this offer came in, whatever it was, whether it was love or career, it made you feel trapped. But it also changed your perspective. You might have always viewed this thing in a certain way. Your job or your relationship. You might have always viewed it in a certain way. And as the thoughts build up, they started creating like this wall around you where you felt like you were unable to move. But it did change your perspective on the whole thing. And I see with this Knight of Cups, when this offer comes in, you want to look out in a different direction. You're like standing on the edge of a cliff saying, okay, well, where's the next best thing? Where's my next thing? You know, this thing didn't work out. Where's the next thing? The whole time before the 20th was all about cleaning it up. It was all about fixing this past way you viewed things, the imbalance of it, how you felt trapped in that situation. You know, anytime before the 20th, it was all about cleaning this situation up so you can move on. Now, you do have this never-ending story card in your current situation. So 20th through 26th, you start with death, which is the end of something. So maybe you walked away from that job. Maybe they offered you a position in a certain department and you said, no, I don't want that. Or maybe somebody offered you love and then you said, nope, don't want it. So you start off this week with something dying, with whether it's a relationship or career or friendship, something's gonna die. Let's get clarification around death. We can do that. What's gonna die this week for you, Virgo? What's gonna die? And by die, I don't mean physically die, but sometimes that's what that card means, to be honest. Clarifying death. Hierophant, Devil, Emperor. Hierophant is either about learning something new or marriage. So it could be a toxic marriage that died, that you had, somebody was really, the Emperor's here. Hierophant, Devil, Emperor. So I feel like the relationship, if it was a relationship, it was toxic. There's probably some codependency there. I feel like somebody in the relationship was very bossy, very my way or the highway kind of thing. And I feel like that's the person that carried most of the toxicity, was the Emperor. The Emperor is all 4 kings put together, which would typically tell you that's a pretty awesome thing, but all that masculine energy without a female on the table at all is really, really overpowering. So you could have been dealing with somebody that was like, my way or the highway, deal with it or don't. Or if this is a career thing, the death is of the old way to do things, and there's some toxicity probably attached to your boss. So there's that. So that's what's going to start off your week, is the death of this toxic thing, and this person that is just so angry is what I feel. But middle card is always you, Virgo, and you're showing up as the 9 of Wands. This card to me represents either like drawing a line in the sand and saying, you know what, you're not going to cross this line, which actually I kind of feel for you with the death card. Or it's reaching a new place and being a little bit nervous about where you're going to go next. And that's you right in the middle. So I feel that you could be really nervous this week. You could be afraid to draw boundaries with a person. You could be afraid to go back into this partnership because the Two of Cups is next. So Two of Cups is two people coming together in love. It's not as strong as the Lover's card, but it's pretty much the same message. Two people coming together in love. But you're really nervous about it. And I think the reason you're nervous about it is because you've done this before, probably with this same person. So if it's career, it would be you going back into a different type of partnership. But I want to see if this is good or bad. So I want to clarify the Two of Cups over here. Queen of Cups, Lovers, Knight of Swords. Interesting how I said the Two of Cups is like the Lover's card, but minor arcana, and then the Lover's card shows up. So this is about love. Like, I can, you know, mix it up and tell you it's about career and whatever, but the Lovers and the Two of Cups, Death, Devil, Three of Swords, it's Knight of Cups. It seems to me like it's a love reading. So in this love situation, I feel like there's two people. Obviously, right? There's you and the other person. There's somebody that's emotional or more emotional than the other. One of you is more emotional than the other, but that person is also the more mature person. Then there's another person in this situation, this Knight of Swords. Knights are like the teenagers of the deck. I think I said that earlier, but I do a lot of reading, so I might have not said it. But this Knight of Swords, he rushes in and he wants what he wants when he wants it. He wants, you know, say 3 top things on his list, and he wants those things, and he doesn't care about your emotions. He doesn't care about your heart. He just wants what he wants when he wants it. This is a little bit of the energy of the Knight of Wands, but this guy's not so passionate. This guy's about truth, clarity, and getting what he wants. But not in that passionate way. This is just somebody that's around you that just wants what they want. So they wanted something out of this. I feel like you're looking back at this situation with emotion, with feeling. They're looking at this situation like they didn't get what they wanted. You didn't give them what they wanted. You also have this never-ending story card over here. So for the Virgo that I'm talking to, or the Virgo that this resonates with, this is a situation you've been in for a long time. That, like years, maybe. That it's like you constantly start all over again, right? So this is somebody that's been in a cycle for quite a bit. That they start over again. There's more issues with balance. Obviously, that is the trigger here, is the balance part. And then you kind of get to a good point, you clean it up, and then boom, it all happens again. So then we get beyond the 26th. So like I said, 20th, something's going to die. It looks like it's going to be a marriage that was toxic with somebody that was really very bossy, very arrogant. Arrogant's another word that I'm hearing that isn't necessarily part of that Emperor card. And you're nervous about going forward with this partnership. You're really just apprehensive about it because it's a never-ending story. You've done this before. I feel like you know what's going to happen. So, good news. After the 26th, the sun shows up. Boom! You can see everything clearly, right? And I think you're able to see that this person has broken your heart in the past. Or you're able to clearly see that this person is breaking your heart right now, is putting a sword through your heart at this very moment. So I want to clarify this 3 of Swords in the future. This is sometime after the 26th. 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. So, yeah, I feel like this old person's going to come back around and it's going to hurt. You're able to see it clearly. You're able to see that you guys are on different pages. one of you is looking one way, one of you is looking the other way, and the Five of Pentacles is here. You know, I've heard other people describe the Five of Pentacles as something else other than being left out in the cold, but in this particular picture, I think that they're left out in the cold. So, I feel like that this person's going to do similar behavior to you in the future. You're going to be able to see it clearly. You're going to, at the end of the pain, you're going to be able to be very clear with what you want. Queen of Swords. So I love this sort of analogy. When I was a kid, I used to like castles with moats, right? And if there was a moat on the castle, there would be somebody that would say, "Who goes there?" And if they weren't acceptable, they didn't come in. So I feel like you're going to get that Queen of Swords energy. You're going to ask good questions. You're going to say, you know what? I've been through this before, and I really don't know if I want to do it again. So here's some boundaries for you. And while I say that, I know that I still have a couple cards left on the table, but what I learned about boundaries in my own life is that you can create all the boundaries you want. I created a bunch of boundaries. I said, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. But what I realized is who keeps the boundary? So you set the boundary, but who keeps it? You. You have to have enough strength and fortitude and knowing of yourself to keep that boundary. And to be like, no, I set a boundary, you went over the line, and now XYZ is going to happen. So, that was just my little thing on boundaries. But you end this reading with the Wheel of Fortune, which is a 10 card. It's a final card. 10s are the ends of cycles. Wheel of Fortune means that this was all destined and fated to happen. That you were supposed to clean this up. You were supposed to go through this process. And the one big thing about the Wheel of Fortune is that it is a wheel, right? And the wheel represents life. So sometimes we're on the top of the wheel where things are freaking fantastic, right? Sometimes we're on the bottom of the wheel. Things aren't that great. But it's all about duality, right? If we didn't know that people died, we couldn't be so happy when a newborn baby comes along, right? So it's about accepting the flow of life, which we're going to get there, and I can't believe it's over here. But it's about getting in the flow of life, understanding that things have to go for new things to come in. You have to feel sad in order for you to feel happy. You have to give away your money in order for new money to come in. You have to be in the flow, which is to the sea. To the sea over here is about being in the flow. It's about letting go. It's about the flow of water. Water comes in, water comes out. Everything on this planet, the only reason that we all exist is because of all the water that's here. If there wasn't water, then we wouldn't have an ecosystem. We wouldn't have a world. So be in the flow. Understand that this is just a tiny moment. This will go away if you're in the flow. If you're in the flow and you understand that there's up times and down times, you'll be able to let this go. And I know that you probably don't want to let this go. But it's time. I see it in the cards. And you might put your nose to the grindstone while all this is going on. Just because that's what you know how to do, Virgo. That's what you're very good at. So, if this resonates for you, definitely drop me a line. Like if you had this fresh start with somebody and then you started to work on balance and then you just felt trapped, like let me know about that with this clean it up card over here. Or, you know, if you watch this from the 20th through the 26th, if you know what this Hierophant Devil Emperor with the Death card is, that I'd like to know about, because I really see it as a toxic marriage to somebody that maybe might have had an addiction, or like a codependent marriage with somebody that was really set in their ways. So if this resonates for you, drop me a line. If you like the content I create, please like, subscribe, and share. Like button looks like this. It's just below the video. Subscribe will get you notified anytime I upload a new reading. And I do private readings, by the way. If you want one, just reach out. The email's below the video, down there. But yes, until next week, I want to leave you with lots of peace, love, and light. Thank you, Virgo.